Johnny Depp turned 63 in 2026, and his career remains as unpredictable as ever. Here's a look back at how the actor's style and image have shifted since his earliest days in Hollywood, through his years as Tim Burton's favorite leading man, all the way to his run as Captain Jack Sparrow. Early years. John Christopher Depp II was born on June 9, 1963, in Owensboro, Kentucky, the youngest of 4 children born to a waitress and a civil engineer. He was named after his father, a man known for drinking heavily and for violent outbursts toward his wife and children. His parents split when Johnny was 15. Even before that, he had already found a way to support himself. His mother gave him a guitar, and he began playing local clubs, eventually landing a slot opening for Iggy Pop. Not long after, he dropped out of school and set off first for Florida, then for Los Angeles, chasing a different kind of future. He spent his early 20s bouncing between rock bands with little financial success. At 20, he married the sister of one of his bandmates, and through her he met actor Nicolas Cage, who encouraged him to try acting and helped him land his very first audition for Wes Craven's horror classic A Nightmare on Elm Street. Even a modest role in that hit was enough to catch other directors' attention. By the late 1980s he had a regular spot on the teen drama 21, Jump Street, which quickly turned him into a heartthrob with a devoted fanbase and, for the first time, a steady income. The experimental years. Playing the good-looking lead soon bored him, and he threw himself into riskier, more offbeat projects, films like Emir Kusturica's Arizona Dream, Jim Jarmusch's Dead Man, Lasse Hallström's What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Benny and June, and of course Tim Burton's Edward Scissorhands, which marked the start of both a close friendship and a long creative partnership. Blockbuster fame. Up until the early 2000s, Depp was best known as a champion of independent cinema. That changed with the arrival of big-budget filmmaking in his career. Pirates of the Caribbean, which reshaped the modern adventure genre, brought him a whole new level of fame, and his portrayal of Captain Jack Sparrow became instantly iconic. Once studios saw the film's commercial success, they began courting Depp for major projects, including Finding Neverland, about the author of Peter Pan, and Secret Window, based on the Stephen King story. Burton, too, kept casting him in richly funded productions: Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street, and Alice in Wonderland. By this point, Depp had become one of the most recognizable faces of boho style for men. Wide-brimmed hats, stacks of rings, heavy bracelets, pendants, and tattoos all became part of his signature look, as he moved away from the oversized suits of his youth toward a rock-and-roll aesthetic that suited him far more naturally. Even his square eyeglass frames became a trend. Despite the fact that he actually needs them, Depp has a severe form of nearsightedness, with vision in one eye so poor that surgery isn't an option. What started as medical necessity turned into a signature fashion statement. A turbulent decade. During the 2010s, Depp's career reached an odd crossroads. Disney kept churning out Pirates of the Caribbean sequels with progressively weaker scripts but consistently strong box office, while Depp himself increasingly felt trapped by his own eccentric public image. He tried to reinvent himself in other ways, including returning to music as part of the band The Hollywood Vampires. In the following decade, headlines about Depp were dominated by his drawn-out conflict with actress Amber Heard. The two began dating in 2011, married in 2014, and divorced in 2015. 3 years later, Heard wrote an op-ed for The Washington Post describing herself as a survivor of domestic abuse without naming Depp directly. What followed was a lengthy legal battle, with Depp suing for defamation. In the meantime, he lost nearly every project in Hollywood. Effectively blacklisted by the industry. In 2022, a court found that Heard had defamed her ex-husband and ordered her to pay him $15 million in damages. Where he is now. Since then, Depp has been slowly working his way back into the film industry, largely through European productions. He's also returned to directing, making a film about modernist painter Amedeo Modigliani called Modi, 3 Days on the Wing of Madness. He also remains the face of Dior's fragrance campaigns, a partnership the brand chose not to end even amid the legal controversy surrounding him. Looking ahead, 2027 is expected to bring the release of Day Drinker, co-starring Depp and Penelope Cruz.